Hello and welcome. Today we are going to dive into this Smart Art box, and I have to tell you, I've had it for about a week and a half, so I kind of took a peek. I may have some things to say about this box. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Stay tuned. My name is Miranda, and on this channel we do 2 mystery art boxes every single month. Smart Art Box and Paletful Packs, which I just did in the last video. Mostly we play with watercolors, and once in a while we get distracted by another fun art supply. So if you're new, I hope you'll consider joining our community by hitting subscribe down below. Also, real quick, before we get into this cool box, I took footage of my grandma's kittens helping me edit the last video, and I was so bummed because I forgot to put it in the end of that video, so the Paletful Packs video. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it at the end of this video, so at the very end you'll see some footage of my grandma's kitties helping me edit. Well, one of them anyway. They're adorable. Let's get into this box. All right, here's the March 2021 Smart Art box. I told you I may have peeked. Really nice artwork on this brochure. We'll get into that in a minute. A oil painting brush, big large fan brush, our candy, more palette knives. That's, I think, a new one to me. I don't think I have this little round spatula looking one. Ugh, more crescent boards. I just don't like these all that well. I liked the black ones okay that we got with the Posca markers and the Paletful Packs in that last video, but I'm not too thrilled with them. But this one is new to us, so we'll try. Okay, so this is where, oh wait, sticker. I don't know why I like stickers so much, but there's a sticker. But this is where I think that I might have something to say. We'll see. So, okay, well, I'll just say what I'm thinking and we'll see what comes of it. But if this were an art kit, an art subscription box, I should say, for kids, granted, oil colors may be controversial in some circles for kids anyway, but for teenagers maybe, let's say, or very beginners, then this might be something okay for them to try. As you saw, the Talons Art Creation brand, so Royal Talons. And as I was saying, if this were an art kit maybe for teens or kids or something like that, then maybe this would be good. They have 24 colors they could try, but it's my experience that mostly experienced artists or artists that have been doing art for a while enjoy these boxes, and I could be totally off base, but I personally would rather get maybe 3 to 5 really high-end oil paints than 24 of this brand of oil paints. So this is twice now in the last several months that we've received pretty low-grade supplies, and it kind of disappoints me. The first one that's coming to mind right away is that watercolor box, and I'll link that up there. So I made some fun art with it. They weren't horrible, but they're definitely nothing I would want to keep ever. So, and I'm afraid we have a similar situation here. I come from an oil painting background, and I just pretty picky about my oil paints, and yeah, I would much rather see a high-end brand here and only a few than all of these. But I guess we'll use them. It's been a while since I've painted with oils anyway. See what we can come up with. Let's check out what the prompts are. Bloom, reflection, vase, and sunshine. Well, it kind of seems obvious what we should be painting then. Probably a vase of flowers in a window. Maybe putting a reflection either on the table surface or in the window. Gosh, oil painting. So this is going to be a little more serious here. I think that's why some people, when they see this kind of box, they're like, oh no, and dread it, because it takes a little bit more prep. You have to have a surface that you can work on and possibly let it dry in between layers, and it needs to sit out for days and days and days safely. And there's also the thing that these are not water soluble, so we didn't get any kind of solvent to clean brushes, so hopefully we have our own stuff, and of course I do. So that's not a problem. It's just, if you were just getting this for the first time, you'd be like, what am I supposed to do? I can't get the paint out of my brushes. Anyway, I haven't watched other people's openings of this box yet on purpose, so I might set up my Orbital Easel. I like working on a surface that is slanted when I work on oil paints, and I haven't used it in a long time, so that's going to take some doing. I will stop chattering and get on with that, and we'll get on with our little project and see what we think of these. Big sigh. Hey, so guess what I actually did? I actually read the brochure. Imagine that. They want you to do impasto painting. So if you're going to do impasto for the first time, it probably is a good idea to have your cheap oil paints because maybe you don't know what you're doing, and you can practice with these. And impasto is like big globs of paint, and so you use up a lot of paint and so on. My only concern is how small these are. So these are 5x7, and basically impasto painting, you're wanting to use your palette knives and glob up things. And then like, this is a huge fan brush. Even in my regular oil painting with like my huge canvases, I almost don't use a fan brush this big. It's okay. I'm getting better into this. Yes. Well, let's pull one out and play with impasto painting and see what we can come up with. My problem is I don't have days to let each layer dry, and that's kind of what you need to do with impasto painting. So this could be interesting. Anyway, I picked a couple of things that maybe I would want to do to go with these prompts. Still need to get my Orbital Easel set up, but I don't have the right height chair. Arrgh, I really need a new office chair. All right, I've been putting this off because this is my Orbital Easel, and I have piled stuff underneath it and on it. This is still out from my palette full packs video, and this is the package from Smart Art, which is fine. These are all the wonderful watercolor paints that Diane sent me, and they're gonna stay here until I finish reorganizing them, which I'm hoping to do very soon because I'm just dying, like dying to get back into those. Anyway, Orbital Easel. I really want to do this little oil painting on it, but you can see I put all these markers. This thermos is still from the Smart Art marbling box. That was a long time ago. Contact paper that I used to cover my desk. The pencil sharpener I got for Christmas. I just keep putting things over there, and I'm out of marker storage space, which is why those are all piled there. Anyway, long story short, I've procrastinated getting my Orbital Easel out. But you know what? It is time. It is time right now to get this in use. Let's do it. Okay, I pulled it out. That's the mess I have left. We're gonna ignore that. Okay, we're gonna ignore all that mess too. Anyway, I have it set up in my regular workspace, but I still have a crappy office chair, so I will go get a very hard stool to sit on or stand up and do this little project. So I just taped an old calendar from our insurance company on here, and then here is our board from the project itself, and I will tape this to this board just by rolling some masking tape on the back of it, like so. Probably 4 pieces of this. I probably don't need 4 pieces, but since we'll be using palette knives and whatnot, we'll go ahead and make it extra secure. Anyway, this Orbital Easel is pretty cool. I've had it a long time, so I don't know. I assume they still make it. Big in the colored pencil world. I'll probably just stand up and do this. One thing is, we didn't get any way to clean brushes or anything with this kit, so I'm gonna grab my oil painting solvent container. Also, anytime you're doing anything with oils, you need a rag or paper towels handy. You have to pull the paint off your brush a lot because it will just keep adding and adding and adding, and then you'll just get really muddy colors. So you constantly use the paper towel and pull paint off your brush. If you're not using a brush, then you can do the same thing with your palette knives, but you'll still need that to pull this. And I just realized I put this the wrong way. The painting I want to do is this direction. So a couple of things with these palette knives. They gave us a really, really tiny surface to work on. This little palette knife is nice and small for some things. And this one's cool. I've never worked with that one before. So since I'm going to try and do this all in one go, because I don't have time to let things dry forever, I need to put my background on really thin. And I realized that even with these blues, I need to mix with a lot of white. So one other thing we don't have in this box is a way to mix our paint. Like there's no surface for that. So let me grab one of those and we will truck along here. So I've just grabbed this wax paper palette. Basically it's like wax paper, parchment paper. And it's kind of what I use a lot with oil paints. So I started out by mixing some blue with white to get my whole background. And one thing with oil paints is you will use a lot of it unless you thin it down because it doesn't really spread that well. Even this cheaper oil paint won't spread unless you thin it. I mean, it spreads, just not like you're used to maybe with your watercolor, but you're already mixing that with watercolor, so there's that. Also, with oil painting, you need to buy a white that's probably 10 times bigger than any of the other paint colors that you buy. You will go through a lot of white because to get any kind of dilution of your color, you'll be mixing it with white. So that is the biggest tube that you will need to purchase if you are doing oil painting. We go through a lot of white in this video here, and I will show you how the tubes end up at the end because it's pretty interesting. Also, you probably noticed I have two different whites in this package of paints. One is a zinc white and one is a titanium white. Titanium white is just usually a little bit brighter than zinc white. There's a few other differences, but if you're getting into oil painting, then definitely go look those up. But that's basically the generalization, is titanium white is going to be brighter than your zinc white. So you can see I'm not even using the brushes, I'm only using the palette knives, and that's kind of nice because I end up not having to open my solvent container at all. I just use the paper towels a lot and just keep wiping off the palette knives to get them clean. And then I decided this one wasn't enough and I started another one without starting the camera accidentally, but you just missed me mixing emerald green with Payne's Gray and white for the bottom half there, and then you'll be able to see the rest here. So by doing this alla prima, basically all in one sitting without letting anything dry in between, I am a little bit limited in what I can do with colors, but as long as you glob them on really thick, you can pretty much cover anything you've put down before, with a few exceptions. I have some areas that are pretty thick, and so I go over them with other color, and you have to be really careful with the amount of pressure you put on the palette knife, or that color underneath will mix in with the color on your knife. I mean, that's just world-class problems, right? And this second painting was a lot more fun to do than the first one because it was actually kind of turning out more like I was hoping, more like I was imagining in my mind. Whereas the first one, I did that bulb down at the bottom, so the vase basically had that round part at the bottom, and I wish I would have just kind of scratched that, made the vase the straight part only and the reflection. But anyway, since you're not even seeing that painting right now, I probably should just talk about this one. This one was fun to put these orange flowers in because I got to use a bunch of the different yellows along with the orange and just kind of glob them in and then do some shadows. But there's still some limitations with that shadow area behind the vase that I cannot fix until the piece is dry. I just have too much paint there, and I could scrape some up, but I really don't want to. I want to just kind of let this dry and then go back and fix it later. Well, here our projects are all done. We did do bloom. We have lots of blooms. Reflection is supposed to be in the vase, and then maybe some of the reflection onto these surfaces. This is more of a shadow here, but it is, I don't know. This orange is kind of reflecting through the vase back there. And so not quite what I was thinking for reflection exactly, but that's what we ended up with here. Sunshine, definitely have sunshine in this one because we have these deep shadows back here. And, you know, things got a little muddy here, but once this dries, I can go back in and refine that a little bit. I did not end up using the brushes at all, which actually made me very happy because I didn't have to get my paint thinner out. Only used the 2 palette knives out of the 5. I'm still really curious about this dude, so I may have to play with that some. I'm not keeping these oil paints just because I don't need really low quality oil paints in my collection, so I'll be moving those on down the road. And then just to show you guys what I meant about white is look how much we went through. Okay, so quite a bit of this one. This is the zinc white and this is the titanium white. So like I told you guys, when I paint with oils, I have the big tubes of white because you use a lot of white with oil painting. So those would need replenished by somebody who gets this pretty quickly. So that was actually really fun. It did make me want to get my oil paints out and play with them, and I actually am teaching an oil painting here at the local community college soon, so we will be using water mixable oil paints, however, so it will not be these kind of oil paints, and they will be high quality water mixable oil paints, so that'll be fun. And also, because we didn't really use a brush or anything, I can't tell you guys about these boards if I liked them or not, because you're just kind of smearing a bunch of paint on it. They didn't fall apart or anything, so there's that, and they shouldn't fall apart. I mean, I'm not that happy with crescent boards in general, but they are still not going to just fall apart on you. These oil paints are a little bit smelly, but not bad. I've definitely opened much worse smelling oil paints. So yes, I can tell that I have oil painted in my studio area but it's not really potent or anything. So I think they're just fine as far as that goes. Well, another successful Smart Art unboxing in the books. Appreciate that you guys spent your time with me today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Remember to stay tuned for those cat clips, and if I have bloopers, which I always have bloopers because I can never speak normal. See, I just did it there. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. My name is Miranda, and on this channel we do 2 art subscription. Dang that word. Every single month, and it probably is a good idea to have really cheap watercolor. I want to be a watercolor artist. Hello, my name is Miranda. Anyway, that thermos is still from the Smart Art So, really shouldn't have said that, really, but oh well. Okay, now what? I cannot speak like a human. Just kidding. I'm an alien. All right, what are we talking about? I have no idea. Hey, Chica, are you helping me edit my video? Kitty, you're not supposed to be up here, I'm sure. Pretty girl. She is my kitten's cousin. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.